Improving your health in your 30s or 40s is so much simpler than you think. Kind of. Stay tuned to the end of this video because I'm going to show you exactly how we help busy parents reach their health goals without giving up a ton of their time or Friday pizza night. And I know you've been down this road before, but I promise you, this time's different. I'm not going to sell you on a juice cleanse or an ab trainer or that my workouts are the key to unlock your success. I'm just telling you that true transformations can happen in just a few hours a week. Let's take Paul, for example. He runs a restaurant, and I used to work in a restaurant when I was in college, so I know all about the long hours, the craziness that goes on, and not to mention, you're around food all the time. It's not a great environment if you want to lose weight. But through our program, he went from this to this using the exact methods we're going to give you in this video. Or take Blake. He's the CEO of a major real estate company, and he's lost over 80 pounds using these same methods. The key is making it simple. We did this with Chris as well. When he started with us, he said he's never going to track with an app. So we never made him. It was just too complicated, and I totally get it. It annoys me too. So we used simple strategies when he traveled, when he went on vacation, and even at home. He lost the weight he wanted, and now he's on a journey to build even more muscle. We have a ton of women who've gone through this program as well and have seen the same results. We have Keisha, who got ripped at 45. And Lauren and Carla, who went through our program, they actually started eating more and became the fittest they've ever been. The process works for parents of any age, and even if you don't have kids but want kids in the future, setting the foundational habits you want to carry into that family will be implemented with this program. But a lot of people can probably make those claims with their program. And you've probably heard those claims before. So what sets me apart? What sets our program and ideas and perspective behind it apart? Let's talk about it. My family always worked hard to do like the right thing. I remember my dad saying so many times, it's just the right thing to do. Even if it had a negative impact on our finances, at work, whatever, you do the right thing. When I was younger, that meant taking care of my grandparents who had a lot of health issues due to them being severely overweight. So we'd go over to their house and help them with simple tasks. We'd go on vacations and have to alter our plans because their health wasn't a priority for them. So it meant all of our plans had to change. And I felt that burden my parents had to bear, and it was a result of my grandparents making other things a priority over their health. Then fast forward 10, 20 years later, and I saw my parents slowly going down that same path as their parents, continually pushing health further and further down the priority list because of work or other life events. We couldn't do the same things or interact in the same way we did before because those small changes that are easily implemented weren't a priority. And again, that resulted in a loss of that ideal connection I wanted to have with my parents. And then there's me. In my 20s, I had a good career, married a girl, and was well on my way down the path of the American dream my parents and their parents went down. And looking back, it was all about getting to that next level. If I just had this, then I'll be happy and make time to focus on my health. And it's that same drive that helped me find financial success, and probably that same financial success that you've seen in your life. My grandparents, my dad, me, if I just got to that next level, then I'd refocus my attention on being the best version of me. The best version I know is the best example for my future kids. But the goalpost kept moving year after year. That one next level that I longed for just revealed another level, another mountain to climb, another distraction that took me away from doing the work to be the best version of me. And it's the hamster wheel, the rat race we've all heard about. And for me, the way off meant a fall, a crash. Right after my 30th birthday, my wife revealed she'd been cheating on me for years. We got divorced, I fell into this deep depression, my career fell apart, and I ended up in a job I hated. I wasted week after week and year after year drinking myself into a stupor, wondering how I, as a person who had all of his ducks in a row and did everything right, could be in a situation like this. I drank to forget. I drank to hide. I drank to escape. I hung out with a community that allowed me to stay in this woe is me mindset. I didn't believe in myself, that anything better was meant for me. It was me, my depression, my suicidal thoughts. I was just another statistic, a divorced guy who's just a cog in the wheel of life, not meant for anything more. And then I met someone. This person introduced me to a new community of people that saw something more in me. They asked questions which made me really think about my own journey and why I do what I do. And that opened up a whole world in me where I saw what I was truly capable of. Then, week after week, taking 2 steps forward and many, many steps back, I started to change. By continually digging deeper, asking better questions, I found a healthier version of me. And year after year, I started noticing that I was no longer on the hamster wheel going nowhere. I was the onion peeling layers off. I was discovering what the best version of me looked like. The man who could show up to work and give his best effort and connect with others in a meaningful way and also see that I'm doing the same for myself. I started discovering all the limiting beliefs I told myself and how I could break those down. Through this journey, I felt the pull to share my story and the desire I always had for helping others. So I started a men's group and started coaching CrossFit, helping others see their potential just by asking better questions. It's really how the Pretty Healthy Family program originated. That's how I know our program is different. Most programs out there will give you a health education, a meal plan, and a workout. Many programs will make it personalized for your journey, and ours will too. But where we separate ours from the others is that we're out to ask better questions. Why do you do what you do? I drank heavily in my darkest days, not because I was thirsty, but because I wanted a fulfillment deep inside that I wasn't currently getting, and alcohol filled that void. For you, maybe it's snacking late at night after a long day at work. You're not hungry, but you need something to soothe the chaos that's going on inside you. And you might be saying that none of this has anything to do with having six-pack abs and feeling beach ready, and I'll tell you it has everything to do with it. Because it's about motivation and consistency. The six-pack abs and feeling beach ready is a byproduct of doing the work to be your best self. That's why we have meal plans and workouts and talk about nutrition, sleep, stress, and everything else. If we provide you with the right tools and have the right conversations, you'll start peeling off the layers to uncover your best self, which will result in the dream body and life you've always wanted. And this is how we do it, and you can get those same results. And those results you want start with finding that ideal version of you. And as different as we all are, that ideal version of you and me is pretty similar. It takes 3 pillars, which are very common for all of us, and the third pillar is really the only one that matters, and I'll tell you why in a minute. The first pillar is movement. Our bodies are meant to move, and studies are pretty clear on this. Resistance training is the best form of movement for longevity, but it isn't just that. It's low, steady state cardio. It's good to sprint every once in a while, maybe jumping and moving side to side. And the way we start off is seeing where you're at. Have you ever been to a gym or worked out before? If not, we put a plan together to go over the foundations of basic lifts, slow, steady state cardio. Typical workout in this phase is maybe some bench press, lunges, and a pull-up or some type of pulling motion. And then we'll walk on a treadmill for about 20 minutes. Super simple and doable, and that starts building the foundation of movement you're going to need. Others are much further along, so we have plans geared towards building muscle and minimizing fat gain. We have plans that are built around building speed and explosive power. And we have plans built around just shedding fat as fast as possible. Each plan is different while also complementing each other to continually bring you closer to the best version of you. In our program, we make sure you have a workout that fits your life while factoring in your goals, location, time of day, etc. Because that's what consistently leads to success, not trying to force a cookie cutter program into your hectic life. So movement is key to seeing the health that you want to see. So find something you're good at or that you like to do, and then continually try to challenge yourself to get to that next level. The second pillar is nutrition, how you fuel yourself. We are essentially diet agnostics, which means I don't really care how you get to the end result as long as it's best for you. If you want to do low carb, do low carb. If you want to do low fat, do low fat. If you don't want to eat meat, don't. If you don't want to eat for 16 hours each day, that's fine too. In the end, we'll ask you 3 questions. Number 1, are your calories in line with your goals? And this goal will change over time, but regardless with whatever method you choose and we find what works best for you, the question will remain, are your calories in line with your goals? And keeping in mind, I'll use myself as an example. One of my goals is to eat pizza every Friday night with my family. So my calories are aligned with having that time with my family. So when you're answering this question, what are your life goals and how do your calories help you reach those life goals? And in terms of those goals, we like to follow the rules of the 1%. If you're trying to lose weight, target your calories around what will help you lose about 1% of your weight each week. If you're trying to gain muscle, target your calories around what will help you gain muscle at a rate around 1% each month. If you're trying to do both at the same time, you'll just end up frustrated because your body doesn't like to go in two separate directions at the same time. Second question we ask, are you eating enough protein? Again, there are many different methods to achieve this, but if we say we don't want you to consume more than 1 to 2 scoops of protein powder a day, are you getting enough protein through natural food sources? This is the key to the success you want to see. The muscle you want, which will give you the beach ready confidence, comes from great workouts and getting in enough protein. And enough protein is going to be anywhere between zero point 0.8 to 1 gram protein per pound of ideal body weight. The third question we're going to ask is there enough fiber in your diet? This is where we discuss quality. Whole minimally processed foods typically are better sources of fiber. We recommend about 12 to 15 grams of fiber for every 1,000 calories. So what food choices are you making to get to about 25 to 30 grams of fiber each day? If you nail these areas for your nutrition, you're going to see success, but none of it will matter without nailing this last pillar of health. Number 3 is stress. You can have the best plan in the world, but if your internal game isn't aligned, you're not dealing with the internal chaos we all go through, you'll never be consistent with those amazing plans. Everything you do is dictated on how you handle the stress of life. And this is where our Pretty Healthy Family check-in comes in. Each week, you'll fill out a form in our app, which houses your personalized meal plan, your workouts, your education library, and everything else. Our check-in form will ask you about any wins you're experiencing, not only with fitness or on the scale, but with life. Are you having a better interaction with your spouse? Do you feel more energy in the morning? How can we highlight how your life is changing for the better? We talk through your fitness and nutrition. We ask about what struggles you're going through and what could possibly trip you up in the week ahead. And this just starts the conversation. From there, we start asking questions, the better questions to understand the root cause of the frustration to highlight the best next step for you. And we do this over and over again, cementing the healthy habits week after week to reach your personal goal, which is to work ourselves out of a job, because that's what it'll take for you. Week after week, you're going to have to take a hard look in the mirror to see what went well, what changes can be made to be even better in this coming week. Which brings us to the choice that you have. There's option A. I've given you the exact playbook on how you can reach your goals. There are workout plans and meal plans you can grab off the internet to reach those goals. If you reach out, I'm sure we have a plan we can give you. You can buy a journal to keep track of your weekly successes and areas of improvement. You have the information you need to be successful, but you also know that. You've had this information before, which brings us to option B. In our program, we give you the information as well. It may be slightly more personalized for your journey, but there's going to be some information in there you've heard before. But what makes this option different is that our goal is to work with you to make my job obsolete. The future you after this program knows what workouts you need to do for a certain time of your life. The future you after this program knows how to make your nutrition work for any environment. The future you after this program knows exactly what his ideal self is and is living it out every single day. And the question to you is, what is that worth? You've gone down the option A road before. Information on its own is useless without consistent action. And you can take action with option A and end up in the exact same place as option B. But have you? Will you? If you don't want to go down that same road you've gone down before and want to do this one last time, but do it right, we have a link below to find out more. And if you've already scheduled a call with us, we look forward to talking with you. In the end, we have the same goal. I want to be the healthiest version of me. And when I'm at my best, I'm showing up in all areas of my life. And I want you to show up that same way. And I believe this program is built to do just that.